welcome to Best Media Info special interview with IPG Mediabrands India CEO Shashi Sinha, whom we fondly call Shashida. Today, he will be felicitated with the Lifetime Achievement Award by the apex body of the advertising agencies in India, AAAI. For his introduction, I leave it to the citation by AAAI as it's their day. However, we will attempt to introduce him through our questions as much as we can. So let us welcome Shashida as we begin this memorable conversation. Hello, Da.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Akansha, for getting me on. Thank you very much.
Lifetime achievement is an honor which people receive with a little awkwardness because the general perception is that it is given to the people who are like nearing retirement. So पूरी इंडस्ट्री को और हमें तो ऐसा कहीं से नहीं लगता है. उम्मीद है आपके अंदर से ऐसी फीलिंग नहीं आ जाए.
नहीं, I am very happy and honored that Shares of I is giving this award to me. But जैसे आपने ठीक बोला, मेरे को कोई अभी जाने की जल्दी नहीं है. देख रहा है आपको, मैं तो कल परसों भी दो मीटिंग कर आए. मैं बैंगलोर गया था तो क्लाइंट्स को मिलकर आया. So there's no such desire just now. There's still hunger in me. But and I don't know. I'm very thrilled that the industry is recognizing this. It's a great award. In fact, I'm told, मैं आपको एक बात बताऊं जो मेरे को बताया गया है कुछ लोगों ने, कि उनने 305 ने एक प्रोटोकॉल बनाया था कि जब आदमी रिटायर का तब देंगे. तो 4-5 साल पहले प्रोटोकॉल बनाया था. फिर उन्होंने मेरे लिए जो सुनाया कि उन्हें चेंज किया, वो मेरे इस आदमी को दे दो. तो आई डोंट नो द सिग्नल दे वांट टू सेंड मी टू रिटायर हो जाओ, बट मैं अभी हूँ यहाँ पर.
Great to hear that. And you know, the लोग आपको इंडस्ट्री का भीष्म पितामह बुलाते हैं, जो कि पॉजिटिव सेंस में, जिनकी सब सुनते हैं, चाहे कौरव हो या पांडव. So how did you achieve this position?
नहीं, सब तो सुनते करते हैं, नहीं मानते कि नहीं मालूम नहीं. There's a difference between hearing and doing. बट ये मेरा खास दोस्त आशिफ हसीन का दिया हुआ नाम है. ये शुरुआत हुई थी इसकी गोवा फेस्ट में. हमारे बड़े झगड़े होते थे जब हम अवार्ड्स करते थे. एज नीरज विल नो, रिमेंबर कि अवार्ड्स को लेकर बहुत झगड़े होते थे. तो मेरे गले में ये डाल दिया था. वहां से शुरुआत हुई. एंड यू नो, आई शुड गो एंड टॉक टू एवरीवन. एटलीस्ट यू नो, द ओनली कंट्रीब्यूशन आई कैन से कि हर एक की बात करता था, हर एक की बात सुनता था. उसके बाद you have to take some decision, and some people like it, not like it, but at least we give everyone a patient hearing. टाइम बहुत जाता था, सुनना पड़ता. तो आशीष ने देखा मेरे को ऑपरेट करते हुए अवार्ड्स में, तो उसने फिर ये नाम दिया. उसका अपना खास दोस्त है, बदमाशी भी करता था. तो कहता था कि उम्र का लिहाजा. मैंने कहा देखो, लेकिन विश्वता मरे कैसे थे वो ध्यान रखना. तो हंसता था. इट्स अ जोक बिटवीन अस. बट जोक्स अपार्ट, आई थिंक माय अटेम्प्ट ऑलवेज हैज बीन टू टॉक टू पीपल. ठीक निकले, गलत निकले, गलत निकले, गलत करूं. लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स यू टेकन रॉन्ग डिसीजंस इन इंडस्ट्री बॉडीज, बट बात करते थे. तो एटलीस्ट एवरीवन न्यू दैट माय इंटेंशंस आर नॉट, मतलब इंटेंशंस आर ऑनरेबल. बदमाशी का कोई वो नहीं था. सो इसलिए ये नाम पड़ा.
समझ में आया मुझे. बट कैन यू थिंक ऑफ समवन एल्स हु डिजर्व्स दिस भीष्म पितामह पोजीशन, चाहे अभी की बात करें या फ्यूचर में?
बहुत है हमारी इंडस्ट्री में लोग आते जाते हैं. आई मीन, आई कैन से कुछ लोग फॉर्मली, जैसे मैंने बॉडीज रन करके किया है, कुछ लोग इनफॉर्मली करते हैं. So Piyush Pandey has done a lot. Mr. Balsara has done a lot. You know, बहुत लोग हैं. I mean, there are legends in our industry. पीयूष को मैंने अक्सर जब एडवर्टाइजिंग अवार्ड चलाता था, कंसल्ट करता था, उनको जाकर बात करता था. आज की तारीख में भी विक्रम लगा रहता है. विक्रम बहुत करता है. You know, so a lot of people who contribute. I mean, कोई एक PK, I think the remarkable change he has made ever since become president. Now, everything Akansha cannot be said on camera for various reasons, because there's a lot which happens. मैंने तो एक ब्रॉडकास्ट फोरम में बोला भी था कि while you think we compete by day, but actually we collaborate by night. तो धीरे धीरे जब बात निकलेगी और आप लोगों को मालूम पड़ेगा, तो जो पीके ने किया है वो किसी और कोई नहीं कर सकता है. यू नो, सो बिकॉज he's got the gravitas and he also runs a largest company. तो I think there are many people who have done. जो मेरे को नाम याद आ रहा है मैं बोल रहा हूँ, some formally, some informally. So in our industry, the advertising industry, there are a lot of people. I mean, I have seen a lot of people in senior positions want to give back to the industry, not necessarily for their own organization thing. ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का फायदा होगा नहीं, जिसमें हर एक जगह बोलता हूँ कि अगर इंडस्ट्री बढ़ेगी तो हमारा फायदा होगा. अगर हम कम्पीट कर लेंगे कितना शेयर मिलेगा, हम एक दूसरे से कम्पीट करेंगे, how much share will get out of each other. But if the industry grows, we'll all gain.
And I also get that everybody understands this proposition कि सबको ग्रो करना एक साथ जरूरी है.
I agree with you.
And do you think आने वाली जनरेशन में कोई लीडर्स हैं ऐसे जिनको भीष्म पितामह का पोजीशन मिल सकता है?
देखिए, I was reflecting, I was actually reflecting seriously about this. The fact of the matter is, in my wildest dreams, I've never thought I'd be part of so many bodies and get a chance to contribute to so many places. And if you see a lot of them from a active, I mean, I've been in bodies for a long time, but an active position the last 10 years. So it's, unfair to expect a 40-year-old to think you कर सकता है कि नहीं. But a stage comes, एकदम से वो threshold आता है. मेरे बॉस अनिल कपूर, who's my mentor, ये बोला था उन्होंने कि यार एक स्टेज आएगी वो एकदम से, you hit critical mass. And what he called escape velocity, जो साइंस का टर्म है, escape velocity you hit, and then it happens. And then, as they say in Hindi, खरबूजा देकर खरबूजा रंग पकड़ता है. Same thing happens, when you start, then automatically everything else comes, it comes to you naturally. So I think there are many, many people, bright people in the industry. You see, if they come from a mindset that we are doing this for our profile, they'll never succeed, or they'll never get a appropriate opportunity. If they come from the mindset that, and a lot of people I know do come from that mindset, the industry grows, we will grow. If the industry gains, we will gain. Automatically things will happen. A lot of people will come.
Okay. Now, because you've spoken about growing together as an industry, I have a question that addicts तो बढ़ रहा है, लेकिन agencies की income घट रही है. But what kind of progress is this? In fact, a few days ago, I asked this question to Dentsu CEO Harsha Razdan. उन्होंने आपका नाम लेते हुए कहा था कि उनको आपसे और आपके जैसे लीडर्स जैसे पीके हैं उनसे उम्मीदें हैं.
वो मेरे को एम्बैरेसिंग पोजीशन में डाल रहे हैं, but and very kind of him to say what he said, but let me put it this way कि हम कुछ कर रहे हैं. हमको भी देखिए, हम कम्पीट करते हैं. अगर हमारी स्ट्रेंथ क्या है और वीकनेस क्या है, कि हम छोटी इंडस्ट्री है, 5-6 मैं किसी को वो नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, छोटा नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, लेकिन 6-7-8 बड़ी एजेंसी हैं जो साथ में काम करती है. In a way we are playing, there are many agencies, hundreds of agencies, but our playing field or our context is only 6-7-8 big agencies, तो अगर हम साथ में सोच के, if we think up together and say, listen, this is what is good for us, this is not what is good for us, things will fall into place. And which is why I give PK a lot of credit. So I can only play the role of facilitation and थोड़ा अपना experience share करने के लिए. भाई देखो, ये होता है, जितना कमीशन काटोगे, अब देखिए आजकल लोगों ने क्लाइंट्स ने रिवर्स ऑक्शन स्टार्ट कर दिया है. Commissions are going down to 0.25%, 0.5%. It's meaningless. It's just for the sake of taking business you're going to lose money from day one. So if 5-6 of us get together, and the interesting thing is, Akansha, here's something to you very interesting. Clients also understand. It's human nature. If I undercut my commission against a competition, clients will want more. If we hold on, saying that, no, we are not going to cut, you want us on quality, we want us on strategy, this is what we are offering. Clients will also realize, because they also want. See, the marketing people want quality. They don't want, we are inflicting it on ourselves. So I think this is a problem which can be fixed relatively easily. It's in our mind. It's not, we don't blame thing. And let me put it this way, and it's not for me to formally say this, but we made a lot of progress on this. वो हर्षा ने जो आपको इशारा किया है, उसको मालूम है कुछ हो रहा है, तो इसलिए we are moving in the right direction.
क्या हो रहा है सब?
वो आप पीके से पूछेगा. He's the authorized spokesman on this matter, but I'm very proud to say that we have made a lot of progress to protect the industry's interests, our own interests. We are making a lot of progress, and it all has to come from within. If we decide I'm not going to give a rate lower than this, or I'm not going to give a commission lower than this, things will happen automatically.
That's great to hear that something is happening, because I was about to say that अगर सब समझते हैं तो प्रॉब्लम क्या है, सॉल्यूशन क्या है.
मैं इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ जोर से, क्योंकि मेरे को गाली नहीं पड़ेगी, अच्छा मौका है, सब यार दोस्त आने वाले हैं तो ज्यादा बोलेंगे नहीं, बट ये काफी दिन से बात चल रही थी. I only speak when there's action. There's no point speaking and no action. So कुछ हो रहा है इसलिए मैं बात कर रहा हूँ उसकी. But right man is speaking.
2024 is going to be good then for the industry.
Hopefully.
So from Iris to ABC to Bark, आपने audience measurement के लिए बहुत मेहनत की है. As things stand today, do you see them as a success or unfinished task?
I'm not. I personally feel a lot more can be done. I personally feel in any of these bodies, there's so much more can be done. Ideas are many. Even now I have dozens of ideas on Bach. We get caught up in this individual thing, कि मेरी rating कम है, उसकी rating ज़्यादा है. But there are many things which we can do. There are a lot of structural issues which need to be sorted out. And I think idea सब है, it's just to make it happen. पैसे की भी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है बाग में, बाकी जगह तो थोड़े पैसे की भी प्रॉब्लम है, बट बाग में तो एडिक्वेट मनी, इज वेल फंडेड बॉडी, broadcasters all contribute. So I would not, I mean, it's very easy to say that we're not a good job. I would say that, from what I started, firstly, I didn't want the bug job, but once I got in, I was clear that I want to make a difference. I'm not sure even I've done 10% or 20% of what I wanted to. So hopefully some of those ideas get implemented, whether me or person after me, whoever does it, will be happy. This whole infiltration which happens, this whole quality of rating which is poor, I mean, if you okay, can I talk in detail a little bit about one idea of ours, So we've been
Sure.
doing it for a long time, and we've now developed a meter. Nakul has developed a meter. I'm very proud as an Indian that a cheap meter, $5,000, and it is a household meter. So you don't need to go. See, today one of the big problems today is that we are doing these individual meters. And when you do individual meters, you need to go to homes, and which will allow button pressing. So your home, my home, Neera's home, none of us will allow a meter. So there's a particular quality of home you're going to currently. When you go to a particular quality of home, all kinds of problems come, infiltration, all that. They can be corrupted. That's one. Second is that NCCS is a very broad definition. It's very, very durable ownership. So हर कोई निकल जाता है NCCS में. So with no offense meant anyway, my driver and me both are NCCS. दोनों NCCS हैं. तो इस चक्कर में lethargy is set in. NCCS being covered, but NCCS is not the right homes. So NCCA MRSI is trying to change. Shobhati Banerjee is leading that, and hopefully there'll be some change. And if we from our side start getting into home meters or whatever you want to call them, rather than individual meters, and we start, it takes time, it takes 5-6 months to find funding and to get the meters made and put them in. But if you get there, many, many things will happen. So quality viewership will come. Then, one of the things which always sites ask me about this business of, so firstly, you get quality viewership. You'll get, all this whole thing which has happened of OTT affecting. OTT is affected because people are not making content. The TV guys are looking at the mass. If you start capturing data of top-end homes, so automatically then broadcasters start making content from them. Then if you start doing that, then in any case infiltration for news will come down. Then all this landing page business will go away, because abhi kya landing page karte hain, so it's all on cable homes. DTH homes mein ya quality homes mein landing page kaun karega? Then people will not suffer listening to landing home. So there will be many advantages. So to answer your question, agar ye vision hai और उसके सामने देखो कुछ किया है तो not even achieved 10%. हाँ, ये है कि सबसे बात कर लेते हैं, सबसे पहुंच जाते हैं, तो उसके हिसाब से ठीक है, everyone knows. So therefore, I would give myself very low marks on what we have achieved.
So you said that बाग के पास पैसे की कमी नहीं है, but structural issues हैं. What are those structural issues?
Structural issues है, we are so caught up in the here and now. कि आज क्या हो रहा है, मेरी रेटिंग ज्यादा, उसकी रेटिंग कम है, and न्यूज वाले इन्वॉल्व हैं, so obviously news are very well connected. There are pulls and pressures. There are two different associations, different points of view. अभी छोटा example देता हूँ unrolling का. My personal view on rolling is the right thing to do for this industry. Not only because I don't want the other association feel that I'm saying something which I believe is thing. I believe structurally unrolling, and we should admit it. I was the TechCom chair when I said unrolling, rolling. But rolling, fundamentally, there's a flaw in the way we are rolling. There's some ascription of individuals we are doing which is not right. So we presented the board, but then there are two associations, and they are, I don't know if they've understood the depth of it, but they're saying one says rolling, others is unrolling, and obviously the government takes the path of least resistance. So there are many such examples, free versus pay. I genuinely believe the more we segment the data, the more robust the data will become, more people can contribute. So abhi hum free versus pay weighted karna chahte hain, usme thoda delay ho raha hai. I say something very interesting to you. Technically, BARC is capable of doing CTV viewership. Tomorrow we can start. But that there is struggle to get it going. So, digital की मैं बात कर रहा हूँ. Digital में, I don't know if you know, BARC is running panel 12,000 panels for the last 5 years. Digital panels. 12,000 panels हम चला रहे हैं, bigger than anyone else in the country. But so there are many challenges. So I think these are all stakeholder issues. Here and now कि आज मेरा क्या फायदा है, मेरी 4 GRP बढ़ेगी, 5 कम होगी, it's not what the industry will take. So it's managing that. And then we get caught up also.
So BARC को digital.
हाँ जी.
Sorry sir, आप कुछ बोल रहे थे.
नहीं, मैं कह रहा था कि we get caught up in the here and now कि आज ये हो गया, आज वो बैठा है, उसने ये बोल दिया, तो so the long term planning, and there's so much pressure on our people. ये infiltration को लेकर कौन क्या कर रहा है, तो कहते गाड़ी चलने दो, So that's the challenge.
So when you say that BARC can also measure CTV, sorry, OTT you said, right? Or CTV?
Yeah, CTV, सेम जो CTV बोल रहा हूँ मैं.
ओके CTV
हम आज कर सकते
तो
हैं.
हो क्यों.
हाँ, वो तो मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि स्टेक होल्डर इश्यूज है कि वो करना है नहीं करना है, सैंपल साइज क्या है, सो इट्स ऑल कि भाई बात करता है सारा बेस लाइन पर. एवरीवन डज ऑन द बेस लाइन. नाउ आई डोंट रिमेंबर द नंबर्स, बट आई जस्ट गिव यू दिस इज illustration, this is not specific numbers. So now they go by TRA, but Box now says this is right or wrong, these are our numbers. For example, we say 210 million total TV homes, out of which, if I remember right, 50 million free homes, or 45, 48 million free homes, and rest is also about 170 or 160 plus cable satellite homes or pay homes. Yeah. So that number still people debate. Then now tomorrow we have done a baseline 1 year back, which we hopefully will put out. So CTV, if you put out numbers, 21 says 25 million. No one knows where the numbers come from. But everyone says 25 million homes. Suppose we say our CTV homes as per our baseline is 18 million, 20 million. I don't know what the numbers. I'm just going. There'll be a big hue and cry. Because in digital, everyone's putting numbers. Then people are monetizing because some people believe that without data it makes sense. Without third-party measurement makes sense. So some people will not want CTV measurement because you can show concurrency on tournament crickets like this. Here you'll measure, no? So measurement means reality will come out. So I think there are many fears in people's mind, some genuine, ki data theek hai ki nahi, some wrong. But the fact is that third-party measurement is good. So if we get a few broadcasters going CTV, it's a great idea. I mean, digital, we paid Nielsen so much money to do handheld measurement 4 years back. तभी हमने अपनी पैनल लगाई थी. अभी तक नहीं कर रहे हैं. We're not able to get it off the ground.
That means कि लोगों के हाथ में बहुत power है and they're not letting the industry
different
to
stakeholders, aligning them, हर एक को बनाना, because making change is always difficult. It's not about power, it's about change. So fact is, BARC is funded by broadcasters. 60% comes from broadcasters. उसमें से 5 big broadcasters contribute to, I think, another 75% or 70%. So technically, 40-50% of BARC funding is with 4-5 broadcasters. That's the real lay of the land. That's reality. So money talks.
Money does talk. Okay, so will a uniform metric for measurements across mediums become a reality one day? If so, how many years will it take?
I hope and pray it does, not for my sake, but for the industry's sake. And I'd be most thrilled if that happens, whether I'm at the forefront of measurement or not. I think, in India, the capability exists. Capability is not an issue. Like I just demonstrated to you, we're running a digital panel for the last 12,000 size digital panel for the last 5 or 6 years, if not more. Yeah. I've told you the CTV example. We can measure CTV. There's no issue at all. Yeah. But, and we don't need any outside support. We don't need to do CTV. We can do ourselves. It's just the feed. So I think the point is that if stakeholders realize that there may be some short-term ups and downs, some short-term pain for some, but long-term gain will be heavy, because finally the industry will go when there's third-party measurement. I think all of us believe that without measurement, industry cannot grow. So from that point of view, digital measurement is talking digital. Jesse Data Protection Act comes a reality, and as the ministry started this whole new content thing, देखिए इसके implication क्या होंगे. There'll be some long-term implications. So people have to understand, but unfortunately, a lot of global companies come from a mindset, I have a quarter to take care of, I have my budget, why should I worry about what will happen 4 years later? And some of these initiatives require 2-year, 3-year window, because investments. अब जैसे वो मैं बता रहा हूँ आपको जो household meters की बात कर रहा हूँ, उसमें if we put, then we'll get 1 year, 2 year window, they'll stabilize and the data will come, so that 1 year, 2 year horizon you need. So that's the challenge.
So it's like a vicious circle.
No, the vicious circle is just that the immediate thing is more important than the thing, So every Thursday, and then that takes away our time also. Every Thursday when the ratings come out, so we spend a lot of time in news today, who's number 1, who's number 2, number 3, number 4, and then all the attendance things. So with no offense meant, that news genre is about 10-12%, and it's important genre, it's a very powerful genre, but so that takes a lot of our time, and that's what it is. So some of these initiatives, like I told you, if I go and explain to someone, listen, if you get these household meters going, and if you get alignment on this, a lot of problems the industry faces, whether it's quality homes, OTT, digital taking away money, all that will get sorted out, along with landing page, infiltration, a lot of problems get sorted out. But that's the reality.
What is one thing that you would like to change about the industry?
The collaboration we have started, if we strengthen this, if the top 5 leaders of our business, and I'm saying, or top 10 leaders from both creative and media side, turn around and say, listen, we will do whatever it takes to grow the industry, or to not even grow, the betterment of the industry, and our interest will be part of that. We will not take a shortcut solution that, whatever it is, whether it's you ask me a question on our own commissions and pricing or whatever, there can be 50 other ideas, We will do whatever it takes to the industry, the growth of the industry, because it is a nascent industry, still a small industry in terms of GDP, ADEX to GDP ratio compared to the rest of the world. I mean, compared to US or compared to China. So I think if that happens, that'll be a big thing.
Reflecting on your journey to the top, what are the most profound lessons both on your professional and personal fronts?
So the 2-3 things. One is that I have, it's a tough one. I've always believed in the power of teams, be it within the company or be it outside, be it in the industry. I've always believed in carrying people and, managing people. That comes from a mindset that I'm not as competent as a lot of other people can be. Generally, I believe that a lot more people can add value. So it's not about just carrying people for the sake of carrying people, but I believe that skill-wise, there are a lot of other people who know it better than me. I can just probably have a perspective and pick up things and run with the ball. So that psychology has affected thing. That's one thing. Second is I'm willing to learn. So I've fortunately been lucky with some great leaders. I learned from, I keep talking about Dr. Korean, I keep talking about my former boss, Anil Kapoor, many people. So I think that is the thing which has helped a lot. And thirdly, I must say family contributes. I mean, Neeraj has met Ina, and my wife has, a lot of this industry work takes a lot of time, which is not visible to most people. It's a lot of effort and a lot of time meeting people, chatting up with them. And I'm very touchy-feely. I want to talk. So to accept that I'm out most of the time, or, industry friends are my friends, so that also, otherwise someone can say, I have a job to do, why should I worry about it, So I think these are the key learnings so many years.
वैसे लोग ये जानते हैं कि आपकी प्रोफेशनल और पर्सनल लाइफ कनेक्टेड है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आपके घर के सामान वही होते हैं जो आपके क्लाइंट्स बनाते हैं. इतनी लॉयल्टी कहाँ आती है?
Absolutely. I follow that very carefully.
Yeah, I even read somewhere that you only wear Zodiac shirts and use Amul.
Absolutely.
Okay. And of course, who am I to tell you? Advertising is a people's business, and the industry knows you as a people person. So how do you juggle between family, work, and also take out time to build great friendships in the industry?
So there has been a bit of a compromise on the family time. I mean, when my children were growing up, I didn't participate as actively. My wife did most of the thing. There was a compromise. I mean, there's no doubt in hindsight. But I've always had a great relationship with both my children and my son-in-law. All three of us have a great relationship. But some sacrifices were made. I mean, so less family holidays, less time. But I'm easy. I've always been, I've never asked my children. It would be interesting if someone asked them, but they'll say that I'm easy. I mean, I've not been tough, or I've not been too fussed about get the best marks, or, score well, whatever life comes. So that pressure has not been there. But there have been compromises. I mean, definitely. So you're right that something has to give.
So I think your family should watch this interview as well.
Yes.
But
they're more excited by this award than anyone. I know I'm excited. I'm obviously very excited because the recognition coming in the industry. I never thought I'd get this 40 years back when I started. But they're as excited. See, the good thing is that the family is actively involved in participating in this. So they all, they all comment and everything, which is a good thing, which is a good engagement there. So they will definitely watch. Don't worry.
तो आज सब होंगे वहाँ पे?
Pakka, everyone is there.
But आपके in this 40 years of your career, did you also make enemies? दोस्त तो बहुत बनाए
होंगे. You see, I have this peculiar problem that as आपने देखा होगा, आज भी बोल रहा हूँ, वैसे you know me from before, Akansha and Neeraj knows me, मैं बोल देता हूँ. Good or bad, I say it, somehow on stage or in the camera, I always say, things, and it just comes. I mean, it's not thought through, or it's not a rational thing. So किसी को बुरा लगता होगा, अब कोई सामने बोले ना बोले कि enemies है कि नहीं, very difficult to make out. But a lot of people must be saying, I mean, but beyond a point, as long as I keep saying, मेरे intention honorable, I have no desire to hurt anyone. Someone gets affected by that, मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ? तो मैं तो आज बता रहा था
तो लोग
किस्सा।
आपसे डरते नहीं है?
सॉरी, क्या
I
बोले?
mean, are people scared of you as well? I'm not talking
No,
about
I don't.
family, but are people
I
scared of
I
you?
don't think anyone was scared. To your point है कि लोग नाराज होंगे, किसी का काम नहीं किया कुछ, someone says do something and I have sidestepped. I'll smile and sidestepped. I will never say no, but I'll also not do it. So it may upset someone. I mean, जो ये तो बात तो एक चीज है, but मैं गोवा ऑफिस के अवार्ड चला था तो it was such a thing, matter of, I mean, people would do anything to kill for each other for those awards. उस समय लोग नाराज होंगे, बट आई एम श्योर दे वुड हैव अंडरस्टूड। एक आज तो जमाना हो गया है, लोगों को याद नहीं होगा, लेकिन जिनको ना हो बहुत नाराज होंगे। एक सुपर जूरी बनी थी, जिन्होंने गलती से ब्लंडर ऑन माय पार्ट, टू हैव डन व्हाट आई डन ऑन द थिंग, एक्नॉलेज इट नाउ। इंस्टेड ऑफ ओपनिंग अप चुपचाप निकाल देते, बात मैंने खोल दिया था। तो उसमें बड़े बड़े लोग नाराज हुए थे, बट आई एम श्योर इन हाइंडसाइट दे रियलाइज कि मैंने अपने लिए नहीं किया, मेरा कोई इसमें स्टेक नहीं था, आई डिड इट। सो समवन विल से यस इट्स अ मिस्टेक टू हैव मेड, बट सो नाराजगी ये है कि ये नहीं कि आई हैव डन इट टू गेन योर थिंग, दैट आई नेवर डन।
हम्म। ओके, सो दो इंडस्ट्री रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस। आई मीन, आपका नॉलेज किसी को भी मिल जाए तो कम है। Not one thing that really bothers me while I'm young, but I think that loyalty towards a company is very important. For that, you have to stay with the company for so long and grow with the company along with the company. And I mean, not many people stay in one company for so long, unlike you have stayed. So आजकल मैं ज्यादा देख रही हूँ that youngsters end up changing companies every 1, 2, 3 years. Why do you think ऐसा हो रहा है?
See, I blame the bosses. So let me tell you, someone taught me this very early, and very, very early, that people work for people and people leave because of people. So if the people leading are good, finally the onus is on the bosses to lead. If the bosses lead, they'll be happy. So I think that is very critical. So the ownership of, so why blame the youngster? The youngster तो ठीक है, उसने आइन ज्वाइन किया, सैलरी मिल रही, कहीं और मिल जाएगी, बात अलग है। But if they like the bosses, they will not. हमारे यहाँ कितने केसेस लोग जाते हैं फिर वापस आ जाते हैं। They leave and they come back because they say this is a good place, culture is right, थोड़ा पैसे होने का फर्क होगा। So I think sometimes the pressure of the organization, the culture of the organization, that's very important, and that explains. So if you ask me, I will not blame the youngsters. I will blame the bosses. The bosses finally have to. And sometimes, pyramid बढ़ती जाती है ऊपर, people find better avenues. There only that much you can offer. So churn will be there, but opportunities होंगी. But retention is, so I don't expect people to do a 40-year retention like we did, or my team members, the leadership team are 20 years plus of the company. वो ज़माना चला गया. But leaving in a 1 year's time, 2 years' time is also the organization fault, is the leadership fault.
How
Yeah.
challenging is to run an advertising company in India, especially a global giant like IPG?
Challenging means it's in the mind. If you think it is challenging, it was challenging. Just to tell you the story, when IPG is now created now, when I give you a small anecdote, please hear me for 2 minutes, an interesting story. So when I moved to media full time, that time Lostar, this IPG was not formed. There was no IPG was last to the party. So Lostar, the company, Indian company, came out of FCB. And then we merged, Universal McCann became Lostar UM, and then much, much later. This I'm telling the year 2004. And then 2012, Litas also came and they gave me the combined job. So that was much later. In 2004, when we were setting up Lodestar, at that point in time, I was told you move full time into media by Anil Kapoor, my boss, So some of my friends said, this has been an attempt to sideline you, this, that, and all, and we'll get the job at FC Gurkha. So fine, doesn't matter. I mean, I think this will become a potential, this will be a big thing. It will be worthwhile doing this. So I went to 2, 3 stalwarts, I will not name, they were good friends. And I said, why do you, we were zero, we were starting from scratch, we had just one Amul media business, nothing else. And Amul that time was very small. So we went and one guy said, listen, you're too small, you'll never scale up, media is a scale game. I heard him, I said, fine. So, and obviously you can guess who it was, a large company. So I said, fine. He said, you take the strategy route, and if you get some good things, I said, fine, that's a good advice. Second person I went to is, how does it matter? She said to me, you're a media department, let the creative agency make the money, and you guys. So I said, this is not right. So I went back to my boss, Anil Kapoor. I said, listen, you want me to set up media? 2 things you do. One, you set up a separate P&L. You must be mad. How will you so small, you'll not sustain. I said, doesn't matter. I will borrow money from the parent company, but the mindset of the organization is separate P&L. Yeah. And the mindset of the organization should be that, we have to be profitable. We have to earn, stand alone for ourselves. All this we will do. So I think to answer your question, when you come from that mindset that finally you have to make a profit to sustain, you cannot just be in it for good work or good quality or charity. And that mindset, I think, has made a big difference. Today, I'm happy to report that one of the things which I don't talk about easily, but the truth is that within the IPG group, and not because of what we have done, but the media has changed. We are the largest in terms of revenue. We are the largest in terms of profit amongst all the IPG companies. And by far, when I say by far, in profit will be probably 3 times, 2 times of other companies. So, and like I said, the way media has evolved. But if the mindset mattered, if the mindset was, I'm going to be a part of a creative organization or a large group, we would have been sunk. So I think to answer your question, that is good.
मैंने एक बहुत पुराने इंटरव्यू में आपके पढ़ा था कि आईपीजी मीडिया ब्रांड्स का इंडियन एडिक्स में 20% कंट्रीब्यूशन है, आई मीन शेयर इन पाई है. So is it still the same or has it grown?
वही है, थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे होता रहता है, थोड़ा बड़ा है. दो पुराना इंटरव्यू में भी recent times, but वही है. There are various people who see these addict shares now are very misleading. Where different companies do it, रेकमा करता है, कोई और आता है, different people do it. हमारे लोग खुश होने के लिए खुश हो जाते हैं कि our share has gone up, others have come down, but it's a stable number 2. I mean, let me put it this way. मेरा ही दोस्त है आशीष, उसने बीच पे स्टार्ट किया था नंबर 2 में हंसा था. मैंने आशीष को बुला था, व्हाट आर यू अप टू? कहता है बॉस आप छोड़िए ना, आपको टेंशन ले रहे हैं. मैं टेंशन नहीं ले रहा हूँ, मैं बता रहा हूँ. So these are, I mean, Harsha will never do that. Harsha will never say number 2 now. So we've been a stable number 2, and I think the thing from our internal context is in very few markets in the world is IPG number 2. IPG is a strong company, but not number 2. It's not. So that helps us.
Okay. So on this special day, would you like to remember from industry जिन्होंने आप पर एक everlasting impression छोड़ा हो?
बहुत लोग हैं, but I will say 2-3 people. I mean, very long list to call out. I will call out 2 names which I repeat, and it may be repetition for many. And at the evening also, I'm going to give these 2 names. Dr. Kurian, I was very, very lucky to, through actually Providence, to interact with Dr. Kurian, and for whatever reason, he took a liking, and liking is a strong word, but he accepted me, and that his values and his way of working had a lasting impact. But more than that, Anil Kapoor came. In the evening when I speak, I'll speak about it. Anil Kapoor came like a breath of fresh air. He came like an aggressive guy, this, that, and all, and I want to leave the company 3-4 days after he joined. But then he took control, and he taught a lot. I think a lot of what we are today is him. By the way, he's the one who used to say, you must push in to get into industry bodies, you'll make a difference. I know used to believe, I say he's just saying it for the sake of saying it. So I think Anil really left a lasting impression, and I think this is a good time and thank you for asking the question, because this is a good time to remember and recognize their contribution. Without them, we would not be where we are.
इससे पहले we finish this chat, please tell our audience about some of your memorable moments.
Memorable moments? There are many.
I don't know. कुछ ऐसा interesting, कुछ जो आपको यादगार रहा हो in your 40 years of career, something that is which you can never forget and it's a happy memory.
बहुत सारी मेमोरी, छोटी मेमोरी हैं, बहुत सारी. वो तो डॉक्टर कुरन लेजेंड थे, तो उनके सामने कुछ भी होता था वी यूज्ड टू मेरे को एक छोटा नॉट रिलेटेड टू एडवर्टाइजिंग इंसिडेंट याद है. डॉक्टर मस्ट बी नंबर 70 मेरे को एक बार मिल गए थे बॉम्बे एयरपोर्ट में, बड़ौदा जा रहे थे. आई वाज आल्सो ट्रैवलिंग. आई वॉकड अप टू हिम. उनके हाथ में एक छोटा ब्रीफकेस था. मैंने कहा सर कैन आई हेल्प यू? तो कहते हैं व्हाई? आई एम हेल्दी, व्हाट इज रॉन्ग विद मी? तो मैंने आई वाज जस्ट ट्राइंग टू असिस्ट. ही सेड यंग मैन, if you want me to recognize you and respect you, this is not the way. You do good work, I'll recognize and respect you, not by carrying my bag. So I think note of grace, sir. He said, no, grace, there are enough ways of doing it. Don't stay, So many stories. I mean, work-related stories are many, but too many to talk about.
शशि आपसे बातें तो बहुत कर सकते हैं, पर मुझे पता है कि आप बहुत बिजी हैं and you've taken out time for this. That means really a lot to us. Is there something that you would like to say, or हमने इस conversation में उस चीज के बारे में?
No, I'll just say this. I mean, firstly, it's a very happy day, a memorable day. I'm so grateful to Neeraj and you too that you've agreed to have a chat with me. It's really refreshing. And I do best. I enjoy best the interaction, whether you like it or not. I enjoy the interaction like this rather than writing something in print. So I'm very grateful. I also value the friendship. I mean, there are many people, and I don't say it easily. I value the friendship because a lot of times Neeraj does stuff which I may agree with, I may not agree with. I may say, yeah, again, he's doing something which may get me into pressure on me. But I always see the intention is right. So I think really respect, especially from a Bach point of view. I really enjoy what he does. I respect what you guys do. My message to the industry will be: do whatever you do with the good intentions and passion. My intentions have always been honorable. My intentions have never been that what is in it for me. Yes, obviously all of us want our improvement and betterment, but whatever is there, and do it with passion. Put everything behind it, good or bad. You put energy behind it. So that is what I'd be wanted to be remembered by, and I hope and pray at least one person follows that. I'd be so thrilled.
ग्रेट टू हियर दैट. मुझे तो काफी कुछ सीखने को मिला कि जो काम करो अच्छे से करो, अच्छा ग्रेट अच्छे इंटेंशन से करो, एंड किसी की लिप सर्विस करने से आपको ग्रोथ या लास्टिंग इंप्रेशन नहीं छोड़ना होगा, बल्कि आप व्हेन यू विल डू गुड वर्क, people will notice it, and of course others will get impressed. And so many other learnings that I got from your interaction. I learned so much about bark, about CTV measurement that can happen through bark, and then कितने सालों से आपके पास डिजिटल का भी मेजरमेंट का भी, I mean, you guys have been working on it. So thank you so much for this interaction. Congratulations, Shashida. Hope you enjoy the night, right? Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye bye. See you.